Hi, and welcome back to Today Re-Review. And today we're going to be finally doing the second part to the Digimon Digivice 20th anniversary. It has been almost a whole year since I did the original video, and I have to sincerely apologize. It's been pretty crazy, and there's been a lot of other videos that I've actually had coming up. So if this is the first time you're coming up to this video, or if it's the 100th time you've visited this channel, go ahead and sit back and enjoy the show. We're going to go ahead and first jump right in. Since we already did the first review, you can go ahead and check it out, and we're going to be looking into the depths of the actual Digivice itself today, accompanied with our fellow handy dandy Manu. And we're also going to test out whether or not you could actually battle against Digimon D Terminal D-TED version 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, we already did the review, so we're going to go ahead and pull this little guy out. There you go. So Digimon, we're coming up with Digimon 20th anniversary, and of course we see a little Digimon right there. Let's go ahead and click on right here, so we could go ahead and click the name. Starts off with A's, B, C, and of course the whole thing. You long press it and it gives you the ability to speed test through it. Let's go ahead and just oh wow, there's actually a, we're gonna go with we're gonna go ahead and go with Agu, since it's short for Agumon, and the Digivice itself looks like Agumon. So clicking B, so A, B, C. There you go. And Agu. And we're done. So press B, and of course we get to set the time. So the actual time right now is 5:12 on my side, so we're gonna go ahead and click. Oh no, I put AM. No! Alright, so here's the Digimon. There we go. Oh, would you look at that? And there you go. There's our first Digimon. What is it? That's a darn good question. I have really no idea right now, but we're gonna go ahead and check. So, Bodamon. Oh, okay. So what we have right now is Bodamon. Age and his weight. And then he's hungry. Strength. So each one of these hearts has to be completely filled out in order for him to advance. And of course, single wins and tag wins on that. So let's go ahead and give him something to eat. Very nice. And of course, we could check back over here. He has one heart, so we have to fill him up for the rest of them. Oh, this guy eats quite a bit. Oh, that means he doesn't want any more, so he's good. So we go here. There you go. So he's hungry, and his strength is almost there. So for strength-wise, we have to go into the third one. The third angle right there. There we go. Oh, wow. He pooped already, so we have to go and click flush. And there you go. It flushed away. And now he's happy. So it's basically the same format as Tamagotchi, the original versions as well. It's kind of interesting, I like it. I had to actually study it because it comes with a whole booklet. So it comes with a good amount of stuff. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and train him by clicking up here. We're going there. And we have to press A button rapidly, and there we go. So the objective here is to destroy the wall, and wow. Okay, so then he's mad. And he pooped. Wow, this guy poops a lot. That's pretty fascinating. Okay, so then let's go ahead and check out the other stuff that we have here. So, and then we have here the meat. We have the training. We have, of course, oh, okay, so the battle-wise and everything else as well. And, of course, the flush. Supposed to be lights out, but I'm not seeing any big difference there. course, the medic is that section. He doesn't need any of that. And apparently, the interesting part is the Digistock as well. Which is interesting. It's like images, which is neat. And then of course here we go with the Digi battle. Now it's basically similar to that. There is quite a few different things that you could do within the Digimon, but in essence, I mean, it's almost the same as the Tamagotchi, like I was mentioning. It really depends once you're gonna battle. Now, you can actually have two Digimon in the same Digivice, which is amazing. So you don't have to worry about having a different Digivice. But this is an interesting thing. I actually went to Target Saturday, which was the 13th, if I'm mistaken. And at Target, they're actually currently selling Digivices for $5 each right now. So this is March 15th. Today I went on the 13th. If you have a chance to go to your local Target, they're $5 each. I found these two colors at my local Target, and they were in the wrong section. I checked the price, and sure enough, $5 each. So I swooped two of them. So yeah, if you guys have a chance, go ahead and get. So once again, I click these two, and I'm able to have a different selection. I'll go ahead and go with this one. Seems kind of interesting, so I'll click that. And within a minute, it'll actually digivolve. Hatch, I mean. It's gonna hatch. And here we go. It's about to hatch for the second Digi-Egg. And there we go. Surumon. So that's who we have now. Surumon. And that's the age, the weight, his hungry, strength, and the effort as well. So now that I have two Digimon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and there you go. So you can see, you can actually navigate by pressing C for each one. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and, if I'm not mistaken, I could feed both of them. Yes, there you go. So now I could feed both of them at the same time by having it in the middle screen. Now, there you go. And so this is a training for both of them, and you try and basically pick either high or low. And same format. Now, of course, if I'm going to be going here to this one, I have to click his name in particular, and then going back to C takes me back to Agumon. And if by any chance I click the middle section, I don't think anything. Oh yeah, so it basically has for that one as well. So I'm able to still have one individual Digimon eat food, in this case like that, and also train. So if I want to train him, I go here, and as soon as it starts, now my Digimon actually did Digivolve. It has a time frame here in the back as well, depicting. Oh, and there we go. Dude, these Digimons poop a lot. It actually mentions here that within 10 minutes it was from Infancy to Infancy 2, then Rookie, and after 24 hours Champion, Ultimate, and Mega. So I've only basically have had it for a little less than a whole 24 hours. And then if I want to... So yeah, so it's Digivolving, so I'm still waiting for this guy to Digivolve, and this one's basically a Rookie already. To battle them together, I just go in the middle section. And this is basically the tag team, so I have to choose between up or low. It's a little confusing. There you go, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out the game aspect of it. But somehow he won 4 times. That's an interesting aspect. I could also have this guy fight by himself, as you can tell right here, and it'll actually increase. There you go. And you can tell the powers are different from one another. If you have or tag them together, battle them together, you actually help increase both of their scores. If you feed them together, of course, you feed them as well. If you feed them individually, then it's individual. But if you do feed them together, oh, it kind of helps out because it's just two at the same time, 2 for 1. So my Digimon actually just digivolved within the time frame right now. And right now we have Pagumon. And he's 8, and he's hungry, and there's strength and effort still on that. So now we have officially 2 Digimon. And they're almost basically the same. Well, we have a rookie and we have a trainee, so that's actually interesting to see both of them right now. We're going to go ahead and feed them. Now, in the booklet, it does mention that you shouldn't really feed all protein to the Digimon specifically, since it might actually cause some issues. So you want to just switch it off here and there. Because at the moment, oh yeah. Okay, so apparently now we're able to fight against somebody. Whoa! Oh, that's neat. Fascinating. So I could already battle against somebody inside. Look at that. That's neat. So in a sense, you don't actually need to have it connected to any another Digivice. You can actually just have it with your own. Oh, he avoided that. There we go. Fascinating. Single. Look at that. And that should be the last one. There you go. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so in the booklet it actually says that the following Digivices can connect, which is a 97 Digital Monsters Digivice, 2015 and 16, Digimonsters version 20th anniversary, and refer to each Digivice on that section. So I actually just did a trial run, and it turns out you can actually connect the 20th anniversary Digimon to the D3 Digivice from the year 2000. This is version 2. And the way you do this is you're going to go ahead and go all the way to where it has this for the Digivice connection. And in this case, depending on your connection, you're going to go left or right. We're going to connect. We're going to put versus and battle. And here's where you could either select between the 20th anniversary or other, and others where we're going to be able to go ahead and, oh yeah, that's true. So how's that doing? Select it, and there you go. And they both respond. That's insane. The fact that Digivice from 20 years ago is actually able to connect with this Digivice, and they're able to communicate perfectly fine. So there you go. And of course, you know, your wins, losses, things like that. 70th percentile went up, and here of course you can also see. So this is Agumon, which is interesting because I named it Agu because it was yellow and it turns out to be Agumon, which is cool. So we'll go and see his days, weight, hungry, effort, DP. His win singles has dropped down to 50 from 100, and his tag has been 0 still. So it's gonna be interesting once we have the rookie to find out exactly how we're able to use that. But there's the information. Now I did mention that apparently you weren't able to see for both of them, but if you do click here for both, you're able to still see the information for both of them. So in one screen, instead of having go back and forth, you're able to navigate and use the same options for both of them. And we'll wait once we see what happens here, once we have 2 rookies, and we'll be able to battle them. But yeah, that's interesting to see that we actually have the capabilities of battling this Digivice with this one. So in case you had any questions, that's the main one. So there's something kind of interesting is that when both of them go poop, or when you have it in the screen where you see both of them, you can actually navigate to cleaning it up, and both of them are happy for your service. So it's kind of an easier way to help clean and take care of them by having them both in here. Okay, so this is what happens when you neglect or accidentally leave the Digivice for quite some time. Is that one, there's a lot of poop, and now either your Digimon accidentally died or they're injured. So we're gonna have to go clear the poop first, and they're happy, but then they're still bad. So you have to go to the medical, click that, and it takes them a while. Now remember, you have 2 Digimon, so there you go. You gotta go check up on the other one. And oh my gosh, that's horrible. My Agumon. Did he de-digivolve? Oh man. Oh man, I gotta check. Nunamon. What the heck happened to my Agumon? So yeah, that's what happens when you accidentally leave your Digimon out for a while and forget to feed them, forget to take care of them. Your Digimons turn different and they die. So we're gonna continue checking out some stuff. So here's something interesting, that when we're battling the Digimon, the Digimon to train, Nunamon actually throws poop like in the show. So that was actually kind of an interesting little thing, that everybody is having their own little kind of skill actually being shown on here. And yeah, so that was interesting. Okay, so check it out. I thought I was doing an amazing job to get amazing Digimon, and it turns out I have Numemon, right? And I ended up getting Raremon. For those of you that don't know, Raremon was basically garbage and trash combined. But they're my Digimon, so I love them still. So I think technically they're in champion mode, if I'm not mistaken, both of them, which is interesting. That Nunamon, I gotta check up on him. But yeah, my Digimon are evolving. We'll check back and see how things are going. Something interesting is that both Nunamon and Raremon basically shoot out poop. So that's actually kind of interesting that I've got 2 Digimon now that their power is to throw poop. Hey, so I thought I was done with the Digivolutions, but get this, Nunamon just digivolved into Mozimon. What the heck? That's super awesome. Alright guys, so it turns out that I'm not a good caretaker for Digimon because one of my Digimons just died. So we'll go ahead and see what's the next steps after this. But yeah, that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your Digimon. Okay, so after a Digimon dies, you're able to actually put in A and B at the same time, and it gives you a Digi-Egg that you're able to select. And of course, after a specific amount of time, it hatches, and you're able to kind of continue the rest of the stuff. So the good thing is, similar like in the show, Digimons never die; they're just reborn again. And in this case, it's being reborn into a new Digimon, and we'll see what it is. Okay, so the Digimon already hatched, and here we have Boyomon. So this is third Digimon that I have after the first one was unfortunately deceased. And just like that, it digivolved once again into Tokomon. So hopefully with the continuation of my well observations of the Digimon, he should do well. Okay, so I thought I was getting better and doing a much better job at keeping my Digimon alive and well, so it turns out that my ex Trinomon is dead. This game is actually a lot harder than I ever expected. That's 2 Digimon dead within less than a month. I don't know what exactly happened. I was feeding him, I was doing everything according to the manual and everything, and now I have a Digimon. So, like the previous one, we were able to choose a Digi-Egg, and let's see. Let's go with this one. And after 10 seconds or so, it'll go ahead and open up, and we'll see who the new Digimon is. And here we go. The Digi-Egg is about to hatch. Oh, wow, that's fascinating. Interesting. It's a flying one. I've never seen that before. So let's go ahead and check out what who we have here. Petitmon. Petitmon. Okay, awesome. So now I technically have what would be considered 2 infant or baby Digimon. A flying one. That's interesting. So I'm gonna keep updated and see how things go. Okay, so Petitmon just digivolved right now, and we have baby Demon. So technically right now I do have 2 I guess before rookies, 2 levels before rookies, so we'll be seeing how they digivolve. Alright, so really quick, so now we have all rookies, and now we have Patamon as one of our Digimon, and of course now we have Dracomon, which is a great upgrade from having them dead, so that's going to be cool to see how they continue. So after a month and some days of using this Digivice on a daily basis, here's the final review and the things that I found. So to start off first, when you go to sleep, it actually, during the day, it puts them for about 2 to 3 hours. If you put them to sleep overnight, because it has the internal battery and it tells you, and it's able to find out what times, the Digimon actually sleep for about 7 to 8 hours. So if you want to have them sleep throughout the night, they'll go to sleep around that time. During the day, it's about 2 to 3 hours. So the other items that I did notice is that the backlight isn't here. That's one of the downsides that I will mention, that it doesn't have an actual backlight, which I'm sure it's made to have because of the 20th anniversary or whatever. But I would have expected also them to have like an updated version, because if you do notice, if you go into some place that's kind of shadowy or there's not a lot of sun, you're gonna notice that there isn't a lot of viewpoints. So you really have to make sure that you're in some place that's very visible and with a lot of light. The other thing is that it doesn't specify the levels, which is another downside that I would have really wanted to see. Although, if you do know your Digimon, you don't have an issue. But in this case, it doesn't specify, are they rookies? Are they champions? It doesn't. So it is a downside if you're trying to find out, like, what level your Digimon is currently at. The other thing is that, it would have been amazing to see this in combination with the D3, so kind of like a travel companion that you could take and shake and do all that other stuff and still be able to go on adventures. That would have been amazing. I will mention this, that in regards to the D3, the animations are a lot better. They're clearer, and as you could tell, the pixels, there's much more, many more, or there's a lot more pixels within the screen in this 20th anniversary versus the older version. As you could tell, you could basically count the pixels here. So that is an improvement, that because of the more, basically the variety of pixels, you're able to have a few more animations inside of the screen. So for it being a small screen, it has a good amount of items that you could use and different viewpoints that you could see as well. So it has a good amount of pixels. The other thing that I would mention is that it has really, really nice animations. As you could tell, you have these types of animations. You have the animations where it shows you when they're dead, when they're hungry. It gives you a wide variety of different personality expressions for each Digimon, which is really awesome because that makes it more unique to the Digivice in terms of every Digimon has a particular number of expressions. So are they sad, they're hungry, or they're dead, and things like that. The other thing is that I want to mention Digimon here, they've died a lot. Geez, I feel like I committed Digimon genocide here because so many times did I have Digimon that died, and I'll show you really quick. These are the Digimon that I've had within a month. As you could tell, it's a lot. But because it's a lot, that's also a good thing. That means that, there's a real big, there's a large number of Digimon that are included within this Digivice, which is amazing because that means that you don't have to worry about, oh, hey, it's the same Digimon all over again. You have variety, and you could choose different Digimon based on the DGX as well. Now, here's something else also is that, well, yeah, how I'll say it here is that if you don't take care of the Digimon correctly, they'll digivolve into some other Digimon as well. As you were able to see really quick, so we started off with the Agumon style, and then all of a sudden he goes to Nunamon. And then, of course, I started taking care of them, and then, well, that's when they died. But as you could tell from Patamon's evolution, instead of going to Angemon, he went to Orgrimmon, and of course, the different types of evolution as well. So if you don't take care of your Digimon well, it will digivolve into a side Digimon, or for example, in this case, like not a trash Digimon or a poop Digimon, but like a Digimon that it's not meant for the line as well. Another thing that I want to mention is that too much of something or too little of something is also bad. So too much fighting can, hurt the Digimon. Too little fighting can hurt the Digimon. Too much eating, very little eating, too much attention is good, but very little attention is bad. So just be careful. It has to be in moderate. Of course, it helps if you have the Digivice, noise or the sound on. It helps out to identify when they're ready, but or when something happens. If you don't, like I have, because you hear them so much. I mean, it chimes almost like every hour or various times during the hour. So just be aware that you're going to be getting notifications a lot. The viewing angles is one thing that I did want to mention, is that, you know, I would have wanted a better viewing experience, because if you are just putting it on the table, you can't see it. If you put it here, you can't see it. You kind of have to have it at an angle to really view the Digivice. Aside from that, you know, it's an overall good Digivice screen. When you go into the sun, it's good, but I mentioned if you are looking at it directly, like this case, you won't be able to view it. If it's low light, you can't see it. So viewing angle is another thing you might want to look into. An interesting thing that I did find was that Digimon here, so in this case, they're hungry, right? I got two of them that are hungry. The normal version of this would be, or the normal process would be, you click here, you give them food, they eat, and you watch them eat. But I found out that if you just push and push, push and push, the Digivice actually recognizes a command, so you don't actually have to wait until 3 seconds or 4 seconds that it takes for them to eat, so that the system recognizes it. Just by clicking on it, it'll recognize it. So that is kind of a neat thing, kind of like a fast route version of it, that you don't have to worry about waiting and waiting. But these were mainly big concerns that I have had, or things that I noticed in regards to keeping it, or, you know, getting one. They're fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun to have it, because it is kind of like a digital pocket, digital monster in your pocket in a sense also. But if you work full time, if you have children, if you're married, if you go to school, if you have a lot of things to do during the day, it's very hard to keep up with this Digivice. Seriously, like I mentioned, I had so many Digimon that died on me just because it was, oh my goodness, you know, it had a lot of requirements, and I had a lot to do during the day. So if I neglected it for like 2-3 hours or less, you know, I would find out that I come back and, you know, it's either dying or it's pooped all over the place, and I just had to revive it, or it just died by itself. So would I recommend it? Yes, I would recommend it if you have the opportunity to spend time with it. They're fun. If you are lacking time, that's where I would recommend, you know, be cautious. Or if you are gonna get it, you're just being just know that you're gonna have a lot of dead Digimon like I did. So that's the downside. On the plus side, here's what I want to mention to you all. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and write a comment of your, or of a memory that you have of Digimon, or of a Digivice, or anything. And after 2 weeks of having you all basically put up comments and things like that, I'm gonna raffle out and give away a Digimon Digivice 20th anniversary. So whoever is selected, I'll contact you some way or another, and, you know, I'll go ahead and send you this for free. So like I mentioned, go ahead and like, subscribe, put a comment of your best memory you have regarding Digimon Digivices or anything, and the winner will be able to receive a full Digimon Digivice 20th anniversary and brand new in box. So just to let you know, it's not open, nothing like that. It's brand new. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was long, but I really wanted to go in depth and basically explain, you know, the different things that the Digimon Digivice 20th anniversary Tamagotchi has, and the process as well. So you know, I'm gonna send you lots of love and kisses. Y'all be safe, take care, and I'll see you next time.